I run this orchestra of about 100 members. Okay, so when I talk about orchestra, all right. Okay, so when I talk about orchestra, you might think about white people with white hair or no hair, or well, it's for old people, or maybe it's just boring. But this is us. We are on average 21 years of age. We come from different backgrounds. Okay, and we just come together to perform basically because we love music. We love classical music for what it is, for the way it's the epitome of artistic development in sound. And we just try and coordinate all our 100 schedules just to come together and perform music. Okay, so this is a good time to talk about our name, Orchestra of the Music Makers. Okay, some people say it's redundant. You might as well call it Library of the Book Readers, Highway of the Drivers. But I think one question to ask is, do the book readers own their own library? I mean, do drivers own the highway? In our case, our musicians own our own orchestra. And our name also stems from this poem by Arthur O'Shaughnessy, Ode, which is displayed here for you. It essentially tells you that we as musicians, we perform to affect you. And if we can't find an avenue to affect you, we'll just form one to just affect you. So what had happened? Okay, people graduate from their school ensembles, and traditionally you would go to music school, and you would then go on to a full-time professional orchestra. But what about all these other people who have had musical training but maybe decided for themselves, hey, I don't want to pursue a full-time musical career? So this is what happened. We got ourselves formed, and somehow we were so appealing that some people actually from music schools actually kind of participated in our activities as well. Okay, so with this orchestra formed, what do we seek to do? We seek to do two things. One, being very Singaporean, we want to be good at what we do, so we gun for musical excellence. Okay? The other thing we do is we want to use music to contribute back to society. It may be tangibly through fundraising efforts for charity, or, the very fact that we are producing culture and music helps society as well in order to bond society. Okay, so this little project of ours, we planned to do, 2 concerts a year, but somehow it got a little bit out of control. We did, I think, 13 concerts in this 2.5 years. Okay. In 2009, HSBC was kind enough to drop us an award, which is the User Excellence Award, which we're very thankful for. We've launched 2 CDs. We raised 1.7 million for charity. We've appeared in international newspapers and locally as well. And just last month, we went on concert tour to Malaysia as part of an exchange with Penang musicians. Okay, so what's the first takeaway point? Is that, we all have our passions and our ideas. But it's one thing to think about them. But thinking doesn't get you anywhere. You're not telepathic. You can't make things move with your mind. So I would encourage all of you to put your thinking into actions. The second thing I want to talk about is how do you harness the power of people? How do you bring 100 people together to really put something together that is greater than the sum of its parts? First is you have to know what drives people. Daniel H. Pink talks about 3 factors. The first being autonomy. People want the freedom to have their ideas expressed. Second is mastery. People want to be able to improve themselves, improve their skills. Third is purpose. People want meaning in their work. So how do we harness all these things? Okay, in traditional orchestras, most people, the management would decide all the programs. Okay, here's your program. You have no choice, just kind of participate in it. But The way we do it is we harness the ideas from the musicians, what they want to program and do for the next 2 years, 3 years. We program out the entire musical program, and we consult with each other. And technically, the management are also the performers. So in that way, it's really a bottom-up approach that allows the drive and passion to really take the organization forward. At a more macro level, I mean, this being Singapore, you get a lot of this. And sometimes people, well, participate in it, sometimes they don't. But the power comes here in civic society, which OM is part of in the arts and culture segment. We harness the combined passions of people to really take Singapore's artistic development in its own direction. Okay, the last point I want to make is about the power of music. Music has the power to be used for philanthropy, building relationships, education, music, therapy, medicine, and maybe things that we haven't even thought about yet. Okay, as I've said, we have used music for philanthropy. We have also used music to connect people from Malaysia, Australia, Bangkok in some of our past events. And some of you might be familiar with TED Prize winner, Jose Abreu, who runs a music system in Venezuela. Well, we don't do that, but we would like to, but obviously we don't have the resources to, because this is a government-run program. He basically uses music to really educate the children of Venezuela and really develop their character and discipline, which has really helped to bond the Venezuelan society together. Okay, what are the grand plans for OM? Hopefully that we can connect throughout the Asia-Pacific region, help musicians in other countries to form their own organizations with goals such as ours. So with that, I will kind of leave you with what it feels like to bring together these 4 things: people, passion, the power of music, and a purpose to serve the community. This, I'll show you a clip of our concert that we did last year in aid of the Straight Science Pocket Money Fund and the Business Times Budding Artist Fund. And we also brought together choirs from all over Singapore and from Australia to put together Mahler's Second Symphony, The Resurrection. So I hope you will ponder about the things I've shared as I play the video.